Hello, and welcome to another episode of Chasing Mysterious Gardens. I'm Rebecca, and along with my wife Karen, we are on a mission to renovate and rejuvenate our little piece of earth. Today is August 12th, and we are doing the Every Bit Counts Challenge. And for today, we are going to put up some Swiss Chard for long-term storage in our freezer. So today I'm going to take you out into the garden as we harvest it, and then into the kitchen as we blanch it, and then into the garage as we use our food staver to freeze it. So come along with me as we do the Every Bit Counts Challenge for today, Swiss Chard. So I'm just going to move this critter guard here. So we have a couple different kinds. This is just regular Swiss Chard, and then here we have, I don't know if you can see it very well. There we go. The package was called Rainbow, but this is clearly red. So let me move this one. Ooh. Some of these leaves are just humongous. So we've got one plant over there, two plants. We've got some little rainbowy ones here. We've got this giant plant. It's huge and beautiful. Doesn't even fit in my basket. The shadow's crazy today. There we go. So what we want to do is we want to cut it down. It breaks off pretty easily, but you want to cut it down here. And this is another plant that if you don't cut the middle part, it'll just keep growing out of the middle. So here is a baby leaf that will just keep growing. All right, let's fill our basket. Now to process all of this, we are going to pull off the leaves and give them a quick rinse here in the sink. I try to get as much of the rib out of the center as possible, but you could leave it on there. So it's really easy. You just kind of pull here, it comes right off. This is going to take a while. Swiss Chard's pretty free from bugs, and it didn't really rust in the dirt at all, so it's not very dirty. You do want to make sure that if there are any holes in the leaf, like this one, that you look to make sure there's no bugs. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to use this one. You just want to, here's one. Small little hole. You want to make sure there's no bugs or eggs or anything on the back of it, or the front of it for that matter. So the smaller leaves, like this, are going to be a lot more tender than the bigger leaves, simply because they didn't grow as long. So like this one, it's going to be a little more tough, so to speak, but still delicious. As I rinse this, I'm just tearing it up a little bit to make some of those bigger leaves smaller. Most of them are pretty small to begin with. Don't want to make it too small because it does crunch down when you cook it a lot. All right, all rinsed. Here is our full sink of chard leaves, and here is a full sink of dirty dishes and stems. The next step is to blanch the leaves in hot water for 2 minutes and then plunge it into an ice bath for 2 more minutes. And then you want to dry it off as well as you can, doesn't have to be perfect, before putting it in the freezer bags. We are just waiting for the water to boil. There's our ice bath. What's the old saying? A watched pot never boils. It's true. We have boiling water. That is a nice big handful. I love how it turns such a bright color green. Looks like it just melts down into the water as it wilts. All right, 2 minutes. So part of why we blanch this is this is similar to what you do with broccoli or spinach before you freeze it. If you just were to put this in the freezer, the cells of the leaf would continue to deteriorate in the freezer, and then it turns brown and nasty, and the blanching process stops that. All right, this is ready to go into the water bath. Water bath just stops the cooking process. All right, we're ready for the next batch. do not throw this liquid away. You've basically cooked vegetables in this. This is the start of vegetable broth. So you can add other vegetables into it and continue cooking to make soup. You can freeze it. You can reuse it to blanch other things. Sometimes it's full of a lot of vitamins, so I cool it all the way down and then I use it to water some of my plants outside. So those are just a couple of the reuses for blanching water that you can do. Now I'm just trying to squeeze out as much of the liquid as possible without crushing it too much. You don't want to mush it. So I probably have, I don't know, I'm going to measure it out into 2-cup increments and see how much I got. I try to measure it out loosely. Don't want to pack it too tight. One. Not only do we like to eat this with butter and garlic, but also I put it in soups, especially in the winter time. I probably have 3 cups here. Let's see. Almost 4. Alright, I guess I'm going to get two freezer bags out of this. This is the food saver. Now that I know how to use it, it's wonderful. So first we're going to open it. Make sure that everything... I always clean it before I put it away, so it should be clean. Then you want to pull out a bag. Pull out the bag that I have in here. And I generally am going with... There's these little lines on the side. I'm going with 3 of those lines. Right now it's just creating the right size bag, and then you just zip it across, and there you go, you have a bag. Now you want to heat seal this bag closed on one end, so you just put it, the heat bar is this bar right here, so you just put it a little bit over this drip tray, pull this down, you want to move it to operate. Wait for the power light to come on, and then just hit the seal button. And then it just heats up. There's no sound or anything. Okay, once the light goes off, you can put it to open, and there you go. A sealed bag. Alright, so trying to squeeze out this liquid. Hopefully this bag is big enough. And I'm going to try to get it flat. So I'm going to put it in here a little loosely. That looks pretty good. Now we open it back up. And this is actually a little bit bigger than we needed, but better safe than sorry. So I just, again, hold it in place, bring down, close to operate, and then hit vac seal. Now you want to wait for the seal light to turn off. And then I always wait 20 seconds and then hit the seal button again just for added measure, especially on, well, you know what? I can see it didn't seal. The air is going back down in. Well, darn. All right, let's try heat vac seal again. All right, I think this time it worked. You can kind of see when it doesn't work, you can kind of see air coming back in and then it kind of expands. The second time I didn't see that. Sometimes that happens when there's some liquid coming out. It doesn't seal properly. The plastic gets wet and it doesn't heat seal properly. So I just did it a second time, and then I also hit the seal button again. So now there's a strong seal there. It's not as vacuum sealed as I would like. Like I would like it to be tight, and this is not. But there you go. Now this little tray here has liquid in it that was vacuumed out, so you want to make sure that you clean that and any liquid that might be down here as well. And there you have it. We have 2 beautiful packets of Swiss Chard for the freezer. Each one is 2 cups and will be perfect for a meal or to put in some sort of soup. You know, it took a lot of those greens. It was practically all of what was out there to make these 2 little containers. But you know what? Every bit counts. And this is 2 that we didn't have before. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more. And follow us as we continue the hashtag #EveryBitCounts challenge. And as always, Suki Suki. Love the earth. Love yourself. Love each other. Till next time.